Mysterious ambient music plays softly as the title appears. Welcome to the mysterious realm where reality dissolves and the impossible becomes possible. I'm talking, of course, about dreams, those enigmatic journeys our minds undertake when we surrender to sleep. Today, we delve into the baffling science of dreams and nightmares, exploring the shadows of our unconscious mind and the perplexing phenomena that occur when we close our eyes. What if I told you that you spend approximately 6 years of your life in a completely different reality, one entirely of your mind's creation? The universe of dreams remains one of neuroscience's most captivating mysteries, and today we'll explore what happens when our conscious mind releases control and our dreaming mind takes flight. First, let's examine what's actually happening in your brain when you dream. Dreams primarily occur during rapid eye movement or REM sleep, though they can happen in other sleep stages as well. During REM sleep, your brain exhibits activity patterns remarkably similar to wakefulness. The visual cortex, emotional centers, and associative regions light up with activity while, fascinatingly, your prefrontal cortex, responsible for logic and critical thinking, becomes less active. This explains one of the most enchanting aspects of dreams: why the most illogical scenarios seem perfectly reasonable while we're experiencing them. Your brain is literally operating with its rationality filter turned down. Meanwhile, your brainstem sends signals that paralyze most of your muscles, a remarkable evolutionary adaptation preventing you from physically acting out your dreams. Without this paralysis, we might find ourselves leaping from beds, climbing imaginary mountains, or fleeing phantom predators. Throughout human history, dreams have captivated our imagination and inspired countless interpretations. Ancient Egyptians believed dreams were messages from the gods, while ancient Greeks considered dreams to be prophetic glimpses into the future. Sigmund Freud famously proposed that dreams are manifestations of our repressed desires and unconscious wishes, windows into our hidden selves. His contemporary Carl Jung suggested dreams tap into a collective unconscious, explaining why certain symbols appear across different cultures and time periods. What's particularly intriguing is how these cultural interpretations persist even as our scientific understanding has advanced. Many of us still wonder if our dreams contain hidden meanings or messages from our deeper selves, despite the neurological explanations. Modern science offers several compelling theories about why we dream. The memory consolidation theory suggests dreams help process and integrate new memories with existing knowledge. During sleep, your brain essentially performs file management, strengthening important memories and discarding others. The threat simulation theory proposes dreams, particularly nightmares, serve as a virtual reality training ground. By simulating threatening scenarios in the safety of sleep, our brains prepare us for real-world dangers. This would explain why anxiety, pursuit, and conflict are such common dream themes. Perhaps most fascinating is the problem-solving theory, which suggests dreams create unusual neural connections that help us solve problems creatively. History is filled with breakthrough ideas that emerged from dreams, from Mendeleev's periodic table to Paul McCartney's melody for Yesterday. What's perplexing is that all of these theories might be simultaneously true. Dreams may serve multiple functions, their purpose shifting based on what your brain needs most on any given night. Now, let's explore some of the more baffling dream phenomena, beginning with lucid dreaming, the enchanting state where you become aware you're dreaming while remaining in the dream. Neuroscientific studies of lucid dreamers show unique activity patterns. The prefrontal cortex, normally quiet during dreams, reactivates during lucidity. Yet the dream continues, creating an extraordinary hybrid state of consciousness. Some people can learn to induce lucid dreams through various techniques. One method involves performing reality checks throughout the day, questioning whether you're awake or dreaming, so the habit carries into your dreams. Another involves setting intentions before sleep, essentially programming your mind to recognize the dream state. What makes lucid dreaming so captivating isn't just the consciousness it reveals, but the questions it raises about the nature of awareness itself. If we can be conscious within an unconscious state, what does that tell us about consciousness? False awakenings, where you dream you've woken up only to discover later you're still dreaming, reveal the mind's remarkable ability to simulate reality. These experiences can cascade into multiple layers, creating dream-within-dream scenarios that would make Christopher Nolan proud. Even more perplexing is dream incorporation, how external stimuli get woven into dream narratives. The classic example is an alarm clock transforming into a siren in your dream, but the phenomenon extends further. Temperature changes, sounds, and even full bladders can manifest as dream elements, showing how our dreaming mind continuously processes sensory information. Recurring dreams, those persistent scenarios that replay with variations throughout our lives, likely represent unresolved emotional concerns or ongoing life challenges. They're like psychological echoes, reverberating until we address their source. When dreams darken into nightmares, different brain mechanisms activate. Neuroimaging studies show heightened activity in the amygdala, your brain's fear center, and the anterior cingulate cortex, which processes emotional conflicts. Interestingly, people with more frequent nightmares often show higher baseline activity in these regions even when awake, suggesting a neurological predisposition to anxious dreaming. Nightmares typically originate from three sources: psychological stress, trauma processing, or more mundanely, certain medications and foods. Spicy foods, for instance, can raise your body temperature, disrupting sleep patterns and potentially triggering more intense dreams. The evolutionary purpose of nightmares remains one of the most thought-provoking questions in dream research. Are they threat simulations gone too far, warning systems for potential dangers, or simply emotional processing mechanisms working through difficult feelings? Sleep paralysis, that terrifying state where you awaken mentally while your body remains in REM paralysis, has spawned countless supernatural explanations across cultures. From the old hag of Newfoundland to the kanashibari in Japan, people worldwide report similar experiences. A sense of presence, pressure on the chest, and inability to move. The scientific explanation involves a desynchronization between brain states. Your mind emerges from REM sleep before the paralysis mechanism disengages. Fascinatingly, the hallucinations many experience during sleep paralysis, shadowy figures, malevolent presences, likely result from amygdala activation combined with dreamlike visual processing. Night terrors, unlike nightmares, occur during non-REM sleep and typically aren't remembered. They involve partial arousal from deep sleep, creating a state where a person might scream, thrash, or appear terrified while remaining functionally asleep. Another bewildering sleep phenomenon that reminds us how complex our nocturnal brain can be. Dream content varies fascinatingly across cultures, yet certain themes appear universally. Falling, being chased, flying, and appearing unprepared for an examination are reported worldwide. This suggests some dream content stems from shared human experiences and concerns rather than cultural conditioning. What's particularly enchanting is how dreams reflect cultural anxieties. Modern dreamers report being chased by gunmen or experiencing technological failures, while Victorian-era dream records show fears of falling from horses or social embarrassment. Some of the most captivating dream research involves attempts to record dreams. The Dreamlight system uses eye movement tracking to identify REM periods and correlate them with self-reported dream content. Though still primitive, such technology hints at the possibility of someday recording dreams, turning our most private experiences into shareable content. Dreams in the congenitally blind present a perplexing case study. Those blind from birth report dreams rich in sound, touch, emotion, and spatial awareness, but no visual imagery. However, people who lose sight after age 7 typically retain the ability to see in dreams, suggesting a critical period for establishing visual dream capacity. Perhaps most controversial is research into shared dreams and dream telepathy. Though mainstream science remains skeptical, studies at the Maimonides Dream Laboratory in the 1960s produced intriguing results, suggesting possible dream state connections between participants. While methodological issues prevent firm conclusions, these studies remind us that the boundary between established science and unexplored possibility remains permeable. Recent research has even attempted to communicate with lucid dreamers during sleep. In 2021, scientists successfully established two-way communication with lucid dreamers through eye movements and facial signals, opening new possibilities for exploring consciousness during dreams. As we conclude our journey through the science of dreams and nightmares, we're left with a profound paradox. The more we learn about dreams scientifically, the more mysterious they become. We've mapped the neurological basis of dreaming, yet cannot fully explain their meaning or purpose. Dreams occupy that baffling intersection between science and subjective experience, a realm where measurable brain activity creates unmeasurable personal meaning. Perhaps that's what makes them so captivating. Tonight, as you drift into sleep, remember that you're not simply shutting down, you're entering another state of consciousness, one where the rules of reality bend and new insights become possible. Your dreaming mind is both familiar and alien, a part of yourself that operates by different rules. I encourage you to keep a dream journal beside your bed. Record what you remember upon waking, and over time, you might discover patterns and insights that illuminate your waking life. Next time, we'll explore the science of lucid dreaming in greater depth, examining techniques to maintain awareness in the dream state and the potential applications of this extraordinary skill. Until then, sweet dreams, or perhaps more importantly, interesting ones. Outro music fades in,